Ellen Meredith. I'm going to offer you today some self-help tools for enhanced immunity using energy medicine. I'm the author of a book called The Language Your Body Speaks, Self-Healing with Energy Medicine. And I'm a very big believer that we can use our body's energies to strengthen our immune system, to improve our health if we're feeling crummy, and basically to participate in the communications between our body, mind, and spirit. So in this era of the novel coronavirus pandemic, I'm here sheltering at home, as maybe many of you are. I think it's really important to have some tools that we can use to help ourselves. I want to take a moment to thank the medical people who are out there, the medical personnel who are on the front lines fighting the virus and helping people who are getting sick. And I want to thank all those others who are part of the supply lines, getting us food and other goods that we need in order to keep our lives going. But it makes me feel helpless if I think I just have to sit here waiting for scientists to get together and figure out a treatment or a cure. And I bless them for their work. But in the meantime, what can we do to help ourselves? And this isn't just to avoid getting sick, although that is a really good thing to do. It's also to make yourself feel better if you do start to get sick or are sick, and then to help you recover after a virus has gone through. Now, I trained originally with inner teachers. I was trained in energy medicine. I've been doing this for about 40 years. And my inner teachers were the first ones to show me techniques and methods. And then I went on to train with Donna Eden, who's a wonderful pioneer of energy medicine. And so this flavor of energy medicine is in that tradition. And one of the first things my inner teachers taught me was that viruses are messengers. And the first time they said that to me, I thought, oh, yeah, messengers. I mean, you get sick and the message is that you got to take care of yourself better. But they meant it quite literally. A virus is not a living thing. It's not a living organism with will. It is more like a computer virus. It has a bit of false code in it, and it will enter into the cells or infect your cells and take over that cell's DNA or RNA communications with false messaging. It'll hijack them to do its bidding rather than to do the work of the body, the work of the cell. And so if we want to heal a virus, we have to figure out ways to keep our cells from getting hijacked and to clear out that false code. Now, we can use energy medicine to influence the body's communications. Your body communicates with chemical messaging and with energetic messaging. And the chemical messaging is all fine and well if you're a chemist, but if you're not, then it's really good to be able to go to the energetic messaging that underlies the chemical messaging. The energies, the subtle energies of the body tell your chemistry what to do. They also tell your body what to do. So the more we can dip into the communications that are happening and participate in their own language, the more we can influence our health and really promote wellness. So one of our jobs with energy medicine is to overwrite what the virus is trying to do with stronger, better messaging. Now, since the job of your immune system is to clear false code and set appropriate messaging, it's important to understand how the immune system works. The term I use to describe your immune system is gatekeeper. It keeps the gates of self. It says, this is me, this is not me. This can come in, this needs to stay out, just like the immune system does. But it's not just your physical immune system. It's also your emotional, mental, and spiritual immune system. It works on many levels, and we're influenced not just by physical organisms like viruses, but also by ideas and thoughts and energetic waves that we get from other people. So working to keep yourself safe from the virus, we want to work with the body and on the physical level, but we also want to be able to clear some of the messaging we're getting from the news or from other people that weakens our physical immune system. People all over the internet are talking about how fear lowers your immunity, but so does overexcitement, so does addictive behavior, such as watching the news 24/7, and so does not living your truth, being so busy in this alternate reality of not being at your job, not being able to go out, not being able to see your friends. We need to replace that with energetic truths that nurture the body and keep it strong. Your gatekeeper is an amazing mechanism. It's not a consciousness. It is a mechanism that's built into how your body works. And it can be trained. It can learn. It's not static. For example, when you're a child and you first encounter strawberries, your gatekeeper may say, no, those strawberries, they aren't for me, and develop an allergic response or an immune system response. That's a learned response. And the gatekeeper also decides what to fund energetically, what it will put energy into. So if there's a virus in the system, what it's going to do is be putting all its energy into clearing that invader out of your system. And then the operation of the lungs and all the organs lower because that energy is being pulled out to fight what it sees as an invader. So viruses will befuddle your gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. They keep it busy or confused, so it can't do the vital job of clearing your field, clearing your energies, and allocating energies where they most need to go. And that's probably why when we get sick with virus-like symptoms, we feel hectic. We have a fever coming and going that's trying to burn off this invader and get it out of the system. Often we have congestion and runny nose. The body comes up with all kinds of very creative ways to get those invaders out of the system or perceived invaders. When we want to protect ourselves from a virus, it's more than just how can I put up shields? That's a piece of it. It's also, how do I strengthen myself? How do I strengthen my energies so they work properly and they're not influenced by this bit of false cold that comes into the system? Now, recently, maybe early February, I was blessed with the flu bug that was going around. I had a very, very mild case, but it went on and on and on. It was so annoying and so persistent. I would get better and then I'd get worse again, better and worse. And I kept saying, what do you want to tell me? What can I learn from this? And I realized that I was learning a lot about how to use energy medicine to work with the symptoms, to work with the presence of something in my body that kept hijacking the autopilot and causing symptoms. So part of what I'm going to share with you today is some material that came up for me when I had to struggle through an ongoing virus. What I came to realize is that I look at 7 different aspects of self-help or self-protection when I'm trying to fight an illness. So in this set of videos today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over each of these aspects with you, and I'm going to offer you some energy medicine tools you can use to address them. The 7 aspects include, first of all, calm and befriend your gatekeeper. Now, I'm sure you've all experienced that moment where you just feel frantic and crazy and you can't think straight and you can't make good decisions. That's when you're in reactivity. Your gatekeepers put the alarm on saying, something's wrong, stop and fix it. So I'm going to give you some exercises to work with your gatekeeper and enter into partnership with it. Another aspect we need to look at is, are we grounded and anchored? When I start to feel sick, I don't feel like I'm in touch with my body. I don't feel grounded in my body, and I don't really feel grounded in my world. Things don't taste and feel and look good to me or sound good. Everything feels off to me. That's because I've become ungrounded. So I've got some techniques for grounding in many, many dimensions that can be helpful. A third aspect is we need to clear toxins. Viruses leave toxic waste in in our physical body, but they also leave toxic energetic messaging in the field. And the more we clear out toxins from the energies of the body, the more efficiently your physical body will also clear toxins and be able to communicate with itself clearly and efficiently and effectively. A fourth area is to strengthen the protections. That's the one we would expect to start with. It's how do I have better shields? How do I keep myself safe and keep things out that need to be out and keep things in that need to be in? So I'll be giving you some exercises for strengthening your protections. The fifth area that we really have to look at is how do you reinstate your energies once they've been disrupted? This is true when the illness first comes on. It's true during the illness, but it's particularly true after the illness. And there's actually such a thing as post-viral syndrome. I have a niece who's a doctor, and when I called her about this flu bug that went on and on, she said, "Oh, you have post-virus syndrome." And she was right. It was my body thinking the virus was still in there. Even though I could feel it wasn't active, it was still, my body and my gatekeeper was still behaving as if it needed to protect from the virus. So there are things we need to do to reinstate our energies, to clear and get everything working properly, and a new set of fresh messaging that doesn't include the virus. Then the sixth area that's very fruitful is to activate radiance. Now, radiance is the cosmic partner for your gatekeeper. Radiance is your expansive force. It's what fuels you. It's your soul juice that makes you animate and not just a big block of flesh. That's your radiance. And it works in partnership with the gatekeeper, because the gatekeeper is the form builder, the shaper, the limiter. And then you've got the radiance expanding, transcending, and fueling. And when those two are working well together, when you have enough radiance and you have a healthy shaper, you can keep growing and evolving as a person who can express her truth through the instrument of her body, mind, and spirit, or his body, mind, and spirit. The seventh area is to take some time to recognize whatever growth or evolution the illness messenger brings to you. And this is kind of a tricky area because on the one hand, I believe there are these little things out there. We've all seen the picture of the COVID-19. It can get in your mouth and nose and eyes, and it can infect you, and you can have the virus. Yes, on that level, you can catch the virus, or it can catch you. Some part of my nature signs on and says, yes, I want to grow or learn, and this virus can get me there. Now, as a country, we're really having to rethink our values about money versus people. And we're really having to rethink how we use time and the pace at which we were living. And we're really having to rethink how we connect to people and what are the connections that are vital to us. These are all part of the learning that is the gift of this dubious gift of virus and virus in our society. Because even if you don't have the bug in your body, you're probably being affected by the pandemic. So the seventh area is some energy medicine to support you in your growth and evolution. And I hope you enjoy these techniques. Do them along with me as I teach them and enjoy. There are probably, I think there's 7 or 8 videos, so you're going to have to just follow the chain to watch the whole set, but I hope it's worthwhile for you.